Now you will sit back down.
I do not wish for you to die, but if this is what you feel, you must do. Then you go. Do it.
Oh my goodness. I think you're doing a little too much.
Angel, get understand. I'm sorry. I know it is hard now, but I shall miss you. I know you shall, for I shall miss you.
How long
Yes,
has it been?
comfort him so with his. So it's kind of okay. So it's kind of a.
Man, I go
I
first.
will. So now you're.
It's like a roller coaster and just
Yeah. So I will, before I ask God, enter into
By sword, no by arrow. Only with your wisdom. Only with your wisdom is your brain as big as your arm.
yeah. Why is this? Did thou not want me to succeed?
Did that? That's when you take us to the area.
My beautiful one.
Oh, my beautiful wife. I don't know what I think. Oh, my beautiful wife, I'm sorry it's been so long.
Hold hands. There you go.
There you go.
It's okay. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Are you ungrateful for what I've done for you? My enemy is not dead, and yet you sit here and throw a tantrum. You're weak.
My dear, beautiful goddess of the heavens, fairest of them all, I am grateful and love thee also.
The hero of all Greece, the mighty Hercules. Since you are here, it looks like you are not worthy to enter into your father's kingdom.
Quite the contrary.
Okay, so have you ever wondered how jokes started? When was the first one made? It's looking over there. So the first a guy named Andrew Jokin. Just kidding. Not really. So actually, nobody really knows when jokes started. The first ones recorded date back to more than 6,000 years BC. Just like 6,000 years ago, way before anything. So, but there are theories, however, of how knock-knock jokes started. Some people believe knock-knock jokes developed as a result of call and answer routines that castle guards used to identify people after dark in the Middle Ages. So now that I have showered you with information and jokes, I want you to picture a world without no jokes.
That's not happening.
No sarcasm.
Very boring.
No pickup lines either.
life.
It would be pretty sad, right? I mean, camping and sleepovers, boring. We'd get to bed on time. Not bed. No bed on time. Okay, so now that you picture that, now we can appreciate the world we have now with the jokes and laughter and humor we have.
Plates today. So, I love repairing cars. I love upgrading them, fixing them, tweaking them, racing them. You know, if it has to do with cars, I love it. And on my birthday a year ago, I bought a Nitro Sport, a Traxxas Nitro Sport, which that's a picture of one when I actually brought it right here. And this is a nitro-powered RC car. So and one of the main reasons I bought this car was because I love cars and I wanted to learn more about them, and I wanted to start small. And so I bought this because it's like a small version of a real car. And this taught me a lot about how a car works and how they use different things like carburetors and how the fuel and the piston all come together to make the car move. And I know more about cars than I ever thought I would ever know. And I now found out this cool relationship between cars and testimony and how I can relate that to my life and apply it. Hope you've learned something too.
So, dancing is like my life. I love dancing. But today I'm going to tell you why ballroom dancing is important. Why we should ballroom dance. You've seen ballroom dances before. How many of you have seen ballroom dances before? Yeah, probably most of you.
I've done a couple.
Yes. So, when you're younger, usually, when you look at it, you're like, ew! You have to touch the opposite sex, because you know, all guys and girls do have penises. Ballroom is a healthy way of expressing how you feel inside. It's about showing the world who you are by dancing. If you learn ballroom when you were younger, then let's say in grade school, it can help with confidence, which lots of little kids I have noticed don't have. It also gives kids to be polite to others, because in ballroom you have to be polite to your partner or else they don't want to dance with you. It also gives you confidence, which, like I have said, helps you through your whole life. It helps you stand up in front of a bunch of people, which sometimes can be terrifying. Yeah, kind of. I dance to feel beautiful and to show who I really am inside. No matter what you thought of ballroom dancing before, I hope that you see that it is really cool and so much fun. So why ballroom dance? Because you can.
I'm going to talk about evolution. This is evolution, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this evolution. Mega evolution. Pokemon. The first Pokemon I'm going to talk about is Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill, unlike Beedrill, has 5 stingers instead of 3. Mega Beedrill is a poison bug type Pokemon. He has a bunch of attacks. He has an attack called Ability, which is a useful attack in card games and also in the DS. And he is one of my favorites because he's just awesome. One massive volcano and a bunch of rocks around him. He is a lava Pokemon. Oh, camel lava Pokemon. He's a Pokemon that I had a long time ago. He was my most powerful card, but then I got better guys. This is his evolution. He starts this little guy Nummel and then evolves into Camera.
none of them match. Only today, the socks I want to talk about are quite large, and the monsters that eat them are even more so. So everything has gravity, but because our Earth has such a large amount of matter and mass, it has a huge amount of gravity. And so we all kind of stick to it. You jump, you fall back down. It's kind of how it works on here on Earth. Another important thing to know is orbits. Orbits are created by gravity. The sun is at the center of our solar system. It's right there, guys. That's our sun. And our planets orbit the sun because it has a greater gravity. An orbit works kind of like items falling over each other. In the example of the moon and the Earth, we have the moon, which is a smaller gravity, has smaller mass, so it's pulled closer and closer to the Earth. And it will fall, I don't know if that's next, I'll show you. So we have our Earth here, and here's the moon. And because this Earth is larger, the moon is set towards the Earth. But the Earth is off the moon, so it comes around to hit it, and the Earth moves. And it has to come back. So it's constantly falling in a circle around the Earth, over and over and over and over again. And that's why we don't have giant moons crashing down onto our planet, which is this is a perspective on gravity. In space fabric, which is like if we put a bunch of fabric under marbles that represented different gravitational pulls, the sun would have about that much. A neutron star, which is kind of like your average star in the world, in the galaxy, would have about that much pull. A black hole is essentially if you poked it down until you had a hole that kept on going forever. It just goes forever. So it's hugely gravitational. And once you get a gravity of that size, something called space-time curvature happens. Space-time curvature has everything to do with Einstein's famous equation here. And the idea is black holes' gravitational pull is so strong that it actually sucks time into it.
There is a plague, a harmful plague, deadly even, that's not a literal sickness, but a problem that's spreading as fast and as dangerously as one. This plague is the root of so many of our societal ills today, including misogyny or even just general disrespect for the other genders and general sexism. When you use a pickup line, even something that seems harmless like, hey, if you were the president, you'd be the Abraham Lincoln. Or even something like, are you ice because, girl, you are cool. The message you're sending is that you're judging them right off the bat based solely on their physical appearance. That's how society views men today. How sad is it that the people who are responsible for protecting a woman's virtue and their own honor have gained and have earned the harmful stereotype that we're only driven by sex. As my 4-year-old brother put it so eloquently while I was rehearsing this speech, Peter, you're full of crap. Compliments are great. And I'm sure you're thinking, so I can't compliment a woman? What's that? I can't compliment someone without being sexist? And I'm glad you asked. Because absolutely you can. In fact, according to Michael Cunningham, a psychology professor at the University of Louisville, he spent years studying various success rates for approaches and lines, and he found out that the approach that worked best, that most women were open to, in a study during the 1980s, was some form of, the first one that worked the best was, I feel a little embarrassed about this, but I'd like to get to know you. The second one was, hi, have you heard of the band ... And the third, was just a simple, short and sweet hi. Isn't it crazy that women respond best when we actually show interest in who they are as a person?
Trying something new, it's what I do best. I know people that aren't this way. They say, how can you do that? I could never do that. But why can't they? They're only seeing half the picture. In order to do something completely wonderful and amazing, you have to imagine it first. It's easy to imagine creativity. You can do it every day, all the day, every hour. But I doubt you'll get things done. The hard part is putting your ideas that are bursting with creativity and imagination to use, or making them happen. The thing is, your creativity, my creativity, is never going to grow and be able to move on unless you use it frequently. Creativity can be anything you make it, and anything you want. If creativity makes me happy, I want to be a part of that, and I want to have creativity for the rest of my life. Dr. Kelly Lambert, a psychology professor, said, research has shown that creating or tending things by hand enhances mental health and makes us happy. I would like to share a sliver of my creativity. I read a story of Doo. I had some donuts, perhaps some pondue. There once was a bug that couldn't fly. He wanted some strawberry rhubarb pie, so he talked to his friend the ladybug. So he got him and gave her a hug. Ladybug didn't want no snuggles. You can see it was a struggle. The bug never got no pie, but she just in the story just might cry. Google,